Alright, so I am back, and today we're going to be continuing on some of these DC animated Batman, or Batman the Animated Series figures. I'm trying to round out the animated series before I get into the new adventures or whatever. That way I have kind of like sections to go on. So at least try catch up. But yeah, so we got, today we're going to take a look at the Ventriloquist and Penguin. So we'll take a look at Penguin first. And here he is. Pretty good looking. Sorry, the dog wanted in. Alright, so we'll take a look at some accessories real quick before we get into the figure. So they both come with these stupid stands. You know, whatever. Just get those out of the way now. He comes with a teacup. And a little spoon, which is pretty awesome. I mean, it's pointless. And I'm going to throw it in my box of bits and never look at them again. But it's pretty cool, you know, for what it is. He's got two fist hands that are just identical. And as always, you can just pull off the other hand and you just pop them in there, just like that. Pretty simple. I like the configuration I have. He's got two, like, open hands. Or flippers, I guess, for him. Of course, this is the other one. And he's got two, like, little gripping hands. So, you can take, like, the teacup in one hand if you wanted to, and kind of wedge it on his finger. And he doesn't really grip any of his accessories perfectly. And then you can kind of, maybe in between his fingers, spoon, something like that. Again, it's very difficult to get it to work. Then he comes with a open umbrella and a closed umbrella. Now this one was bent out of the package, and that was pretty disappointing. I'll probably have to heat it up and try again, or try to redo it. His hands don't stay on there as well as they should, but I mean, not a problem by any means. So you can take the open umbrella. Oh, I think I just broke that. Nope, it's okay. I'm not planning on using this one, but you can kind of wedge it into his hands. Kind of like that, I guess, if you want to. I don't know. And then, or you can take the closed one and kind of wedge it into his hand this way. And just kind of make it look like he's using it almost like a cane, I guess, would be a good way to do it. Something like that. Anyway, you get the point. So setting all that off to the side, let's look at the figure. So his head is on a swivel. You don't really get any, you get a little back. And not really much of anything. Alright, basically you get the left and the right. It's got more movement in there, but it doesn't seem like it really wants to do anything. The hair is a softer piece of plastic, along with the coat here. You can see it's pretty soft. The shoulders move around, pretty much like the Joker one. Very well done. You can bend it up it does break the sculpt up a little bit there, unlike the Joker one, but it does work. Get him out to there, swivels all the way around. The elbow bends. Doesn't look like there'd be much to bend there, but it does bend to there. And then there is a swivel. Wrist does swivel and hinge. Again, the sculpt is kind of hindering the articulation here. And those hands don't stay in as well. There, no waist swivel. Legs do not move in and out. They do move up to there and then back into place. So there's no real articulation there. And then the feet, there's something in there trying to get it to move, but it doesn't really do anything. So yeah, there's a Penguin. Overall, I mean, his articulation is hindered severely, but that's not really the design of the figure as opposed to the design of the character from the cartoon. You kind of have to take what you can get with that. Overall, I think he does work. Not perfectly, but well enough. And especially if this is the kind of collection you're going for, then this is what you got to deal with. He does his job, and that's what I wanted him for. Now we take a look at the ventriloquist. Now he's really cool. He's not a character that's like, oh man, this is my favorite Batman villain, but he also is a character that is so compelling because he doesn't know that he's the bad guy. He thinks that he's been captured by the bad guy. This is who he thinks the bad guy is, and that's Scarface, who is a doll. So it's pretty cool. I really enjoyed it, his character. So first off, let's take a look at some of the other accessories. He's got the 2 fist hands that he's got on. He's got 2 relaxed hands. And I'll probably actually switch one of these out right now. Oh, that's in there. Tight. There we go. I definitely recommend once you decide on how you want these things to be, leave them. Don't keep messing with them. But yeah, I kind of want to go with the relaxed hand there. And then he's got 2 kind of holding hands, I guess. And he also does come with a Tommy gun. Now, I wonder if you can kind of wedge the gun into his hand so that he's holding it. Now, he doesn't usually hold the Tommy gun. The dummy does. Now, you're supposed to be able to fit this into his hand here, but because of the handle, you can see you can't really get it to do what you want it to do in an angle that makes it look good. It doesn't really work, and that is really unfortunate. Again, this is one of those cases where I wish they would have just sculpted the gun into his hand. You can kind of get some angles with it to kind of like how he's holding it, but you can't really get that trigger around the handle like that, like you should be able to. And that is a bummer. The doll, his head does swivel left and right. Arms are on disc hinge, so they go in and out all the way around. He's got a little jacket similar to the Joker's jacket, so it's the softer plastic. And it breaks up the sculpt a little bit, but not bad. Like I said, hands do swivel. They are on just simple pegs. So these ones you can flip in and out as much as you want, but there's nothing to really switch them out with. No waist swivel. The legs do move up and down. One cool aspect is that they are pretty loose, and since he's a doll, that makes sense. I enjoy that. Now, as for him, his jacket is a little bit softer, but not as soft. It's more like a hard plastic, really, with just a little bit of give to it. Anyway, head is on a ball joint, and you get all the way around, down, up, side, swivels, you get everything. In certain angles, you can kind of see it breaking up the sculpt, but the bow tie does a pretty good job of hiding that. Disc hinge shoulder, so you get out to there. Kind of, that destroys the sculpt. That makes it look terrible, actually. It does swivel all the way around, no issues. Bends at the elbow. There is a swivel above the elbow. Hands rotate and hinge in and out. There is a waist swivel that is buried somewhere underneath there. Legs can move up to there because this doesn't bend out of the way. You can see it's stressing the plastic a little bit, but luckily that goes away on its own. It goes back to there, out to there. Knee bends, and the foot does swivel. And yeah, all in all, he's pretty good. Now, one more cool feature. You can take this hand, pull this off, set that off to the side. You take the doll, and you see the soft plastic moves out of the way, really revealing a peg in his back. Now, the instructions on it make it seem like this peg is going to be a lot longer than it is. I would have liked that, and I would have liked it to have the ridges like his regular hands have, but that's not what we got. So, you move that all out of the way, and you shove his wrist in there. And you can peg Scarface onto his hand, so it looks like he's just holding it. And I wish he could have the Tommy gun in his hand, but that does, like I said, that doesn't really work as well as I wanted it to. But there we go. Kind of holds it. And yeah. There you go. So, Ventriloquist and Penguin. So overall, I'm going to give Penguin a 7 out of 10. He's spot on for the character. The articulation, though, really suffers because of it. I wish they would have been able to do a little bit more. I don't know what they could do with it, but they could have. I wish they could have done something. Ventriloquist, I'm going to give a 9 out of 10. My really only complaint is I wish the dummy could hold the Tommy gun better. But as far as the rest of it goes, he's spectacular. I absolutely love this figure. And yeah, so I already got, that's 5 down for reviews, and I've got a whole pile of them coming, so it's going to be a lot of Batman stuff coming, so yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying this line, especially since it's just something different that I haven't looked at before. So yeah, and especially refreshing from the Marvel Legends. Like, I've been really on a Marvel Legends kick lately, and they've been doing a really good job, but ultimately, they're just repaints and retools of themselves. There's nothing new, there's nothing exciting, really, with them, until every now and then they come out with a whole new sculpt. These guys, as far as I've seen, everything I've played with has been a completely different sculpt. Even when, like, because like, if Marvel Legends was doing this, they would have retooled Joker here, with the regular pants and the suit jacket. They would have retooled him into Ventriloquist if this was Marvel Legends. They would have done that. There's no doubt in my mind. But it doesn't work for those characters. So, and here's Harley. Just because. And because he's standing right here. The Man-Bat. Who's not going to stand for me today. Because he doesn't feel like it. Oh, there he goes. So yeah, building quite a good rogues gallery. I know I've got Riddler and Mad Hatter on the way, along with the Batman Phantasm 2-pack, Batman, Robin 2-pack with the Bat Signal. I've got Clayface, and I know Batgirl. I want to say there's more coming too, but trying to round out, like I said, the animated series, and then I'll move on to the new adventures, and then once I'm caught up, I'll be able to pick them up as they come out. They made the freaking ventriloquist, so I really hope they finish fleshing out all the characters we need. I know he's not a major character, but like things like the Clock King would be fun. I would love to get the Clock King. He's not my favorite character. I've found that episode boring, but it's just like stuff like that gets me excited for a line to be able to actually flush out the whole set. I know there's like Commissioner Gordon. There's the female beat cop. I can't remember what her name is. And Bullock. I know they've got him. So yeah, it's just exciting. I'm actually excited about this, and makes me want to watch the old cartoon again, which I have the first 2 seasons, so I might just start a binge on that. But yeah, anyway, love the set, love these characters. Penguin's good. You got to have a Penguin, but the Ventriloquist is a better action figure than Penguin is. He's just not as important character as the Penguin. So I kind of wish they would have done a little bit better with the Penguin, but I think they ultimately did good enough. So yeah.